What's something SFW that you're embarrassed to have in your Google search history? By Ask Reddit.
Acronyms commonly used in my job. I have a bad memory. Edit. Thanks for the upvoted and replies. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
R/programmer humor in a nutshell. I've worked with Python for years and sometimes I need to search the correct syntax of a for cycle.
I'm having the same issue now with wireless access points, WAPs.
Bring a bucket and a mop for this wireless access point.
Plug it up now, signal's strong Wi-Fi range getting extra long.
Someone contact Weird Al and make this happen.
Search, Python property decorator result, Python lawn ornaments search, Python loop result, did you mean Ouroboros? Search, kill parent with child result, FBI.
Mankillsite.net looks suspicious but actually yields a very legit answer.
I used to repeatedly search sharks with braces to the point where it automatically recommended it when I started typing S in the search bar.
Were you anxiously awaiting more sharks with braces content to arrive? Or just like to periodically review existing sharks with braces?
A little bit of both, I guess. There was this one particular picture I would send to my friends on a weekly basis just to annoy them. PLS link, I gotta do it at least once in life.
I googled so you wouldn't have to.
Does your child have shark teeth?
Here you go, https://www.google.com/search, Q equals sharks plus with plus braces and amp, RLZ equals 1 koi underscore in 619 NZ 620 and amp, HL equals ENGB and amp, PRMD equals ISVN and amp, SXSRF equals ALEC 03 on 3 U8 BNMV pound 515 Uptumpeg underscore IA 16111791433331 and amp. Source equals LNMS and amp, TBM equals ISH and amp, SA equals X and amp, VED equals 2 AUKUIWO EVPWAGZIST DEC underscore or YOKSK 0 QAQ and amp, BY equals 375 and amp, B equals 640 and amp, DPI equals 3.
How many times I've had to Google child enemas. My son has a colon condition, but man it would be awkward explaining it all.
A good number of the things I've had to Google related to my kid are things I feel certain will land me in jail. I always try to be super clear with my search terms just in case the cops ever get a hold of my laptop for some reason. For example, is it normal for my baby to play with her Vade instead of baby playing with Vague, or my daughter has bumps on her anus, what could it be instead of baby bumpy butthole?
Baby bumpy butthole, holy crap, I laughed too hard at that.
Band name. Called it.
That's smart of you. The police don't need to get a hold of your laptop to see what you're searching. Our government, assuming you are in the US, knows basically everything you do online, and it's rather easy to join watch lists on accident.
Haha, pretty sure I'm on one from my writer Googlings.
Same. I'm writing a war story, so I've been researching a lot of ideologies such as fascism and communism, successful government overthrows, timeline of nuclear weapons development, etc.
I mean, you explained it good enough for me right there.
Plot twist, the colon problem is grammatical in nature.
I'm so sorry for the other person's kid, but this made me laugh so much, thank you.
Mom, I don't know when to use colons correctly. Don't worry, son, an enema will fix that for you. Wait, what? Edit. I originally had what as a reference to this, but so people missed the joke, so I edited it back.
He want into a comma.
What does insert word mean?
I always feel old when I Google something like what does no cap mean?
If it makes you feel better, I'm 22 and I just learned what cap means.
What does cap mean?
Not lying apparently. Like, I'm not joking, straight up, or, I guess, no crap. I had to Google it. Edit, that's no cap. Cap is just lie.
Apparently I'm old. Never heard this.
I'm part of the new generation and even I don't get it. I learned about it not long ago.
I'm 26 and I need all these words explained to me by my younger co-workers. The 25-year-old is just as lost as I am.
Don't. I have a great vocabulary and do that all the time, though usually my search is define, insert word. It's how you grow. All too often someone uses a common word in a way that gives me pause, and it makes me realize that I don't actually know the definition. Usually I've skated by on context clues. We don't have school vocab lessons anymore as an adult. That's basically how you learn new words anymore.
People I know. I don't do it often, but it always feels like snooping.
Googled my name once. There wasn't anything that was actually me. The only interesting thing was a photographer that seemed to specialize in artsy SFW pictures.
Were beaverfish in the Middle Ages? Sounds profoundly stupid, but there's a reason. The monks started classifying all kinds of animals as fish so they could bend Lent rules and eat meat.
Beaver were fish. To give them some credit. The modern classification was only developed by Carl Linnaeus in the 18th century. I had to Google that, also had to Google his name in English. So, our modern definition of mammal didn't exist and any animal from the water was a fish. Hence, shellfish. They may think they're being clever, but God knows what they're up to. Eating the damnation will lead them to eternal damnation.
For a little while I was really confused about were beaver fish. Calculator history. What's 6x6?
327, right?
How to spell simple words like penguin so that I don't look like an idiot to my 6-year-old who I'm homeschooling in lockdown.
For some reason my dad refused to attempt to spell the word penguin while I was growing up. He always told me to use the dictionary, to which I would respond that I couldn't because I didn't know how to spell it to look it up. I have no idea why I needed to spell penguin so often, but I can tell you we had that exact conversation at least 5 times. I finally figured out that I need to ask Dad for math help and Mom for spelling help. I just used the term ice crow until Mom stepped in. Edit. Wow, this blew up, y'all. I was just trying to keep it simple, stupid. I'm glad you guys thought Kid Me was so funny.
Oh my god, Ice Crow, are you joking? That's amazing.
Ice Crow. You're the one who's going to save this world from destruction.
Penguin, 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 penguin.
Bendersnatch Cumberbund has entered the chat.
Broccoli cluster.
Yeah, I did the same with yogurt because it didn't look right when I wrote it down.
Yogurt in the UK, maybe that's why it looks weird?
If you aren't spelling it yogurt, what's even the point?
Yogo get third asterisk.
Fanfiction.
I know not all fanfiction is NSFW, but still probably wouldn't wanna search that at work.
If my boss and co-workers can't handle the purity of Harry's relationship with the giant squid, they can go get splinched.
There's really no better love story.
I've been reading so much Mandalorian fanfic, I'd be so embarrassed if my husband or my friends ever found out, lol.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to this one, LMAO.
I swear, Dad, it's not fanfictions. I was watching P-.
Honestly, I'd rather hide my history with fanfiction than my pee addiction. I was wondering who played the Russian guy in the movie Snatch, so googled Russian Snatch.
Rad Urbadija for anyone wondering.
I'll Google Russian Snatch on my own, thanks.
When I worked a mental health related job, I was always Googling things like sexual abuse of children, suicidal ideation, self-harm, as well as many commonly used psychotropic meds and common street DG. All work-related searches.
You up. My work history is pretty depressing. I work in a school, so I also have to Google teen slang sometimes, though generally I just ask them.
It's funny to think about a teacher searching up the word simp, lol.
Oh god, I'm not even a zoomer, but I just genuinely laughed a bit at the thought of how many teachers out there have probably stick-bugged themselves.
I'm a younger millennial and now have to Google what stick bugging is. Edit. Somebody stick bug me please so I can see the video face with tears of joy.
https://u2.b/b8j2tl10yq0. I've seen better ones, but I found this real quick. Also r/get stick bugged. I'm a social worker. Once I googled so many topics revolving about suicide and depression that Google notified me about possible helplines in my area.
I got a call from my son's school a month back. He googled some combination of suicide, paramedics, and police. This was for an assignment in social studies, which was to write an essay about how first responders help in a community. I'm glad they called, but they dragged out telling me. We are calling because something your son did on his school computer. We are all at the house. We can see everything he searches. He's 15, and has some developmental issues. We want you to put him on speaker so we can all discuss what he did. Luckily it was all straightened out quick, but the look on both of our faces, while they were building up the courage to bring suicide up. It is not an easy topic to bring up, probably would have been easier if his search term was sexual.
Always typing in Wednesday. Just to make sure I spell it right.
I've started saying Wednesday in my head when spelling it so I could finally stop googling it. Edit. I really love how everyone also does this.
Beautiful.
I remember in the days of Napster, there was a song called You're Gorgeous and I wanted to download it but I couldn't figure out the spelling. Finally got it after about 1,000 tries and played it. The opening of the song literally has him spell the word out.
https://www.youtube.com/b=miqrzn-jvps.
Connect
I cut.
Virgin I wait.
And Tom or Row.
Along the same lines, my mom taught me as a kid to get her, even though I know how to spell it without saying it, I can't spell together without saying that in my head.
Also works for February.
February checking in.
Wednesday. 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 That can't be right. It's like Wednesday. Oh, it is Wednesday. What?
But ask him when trying to remember how many SS.
Inserts symptoms exacerbated by anxiety and boredom. Am I going blind? Am I losing my mind? Am I going to die soon and or irreversibly destroy my health? Nope, just getting old.
But WebMD will still tell you it's cancer and your cancer has cancer.
Words that my friends use, it makes me feel stupid if I don't know what a word means when they use it.
That's how you'll be smart.
Growth mindset.
The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute, the man who does not ask is a fool for life.
I mean, asking a search engine is just introvert-friendly asking.
My friend and I are both a wealth of random, useless facts. A few weeks ago he told me that if you rub pork fat on a cat's lips the cat would whistle, and there was lots of videos of it on YouTube. Like an idiot I fell for it and googled cat whistling with pork fat on lips.
My friend and I are both a wealth of random, useless facts. Check out the podcast No Such Thing as a Fish. Great for useless facts.
Thank you. You made me laugh out loud.